Hello. How's everyone doing? I have sunglasses on because I was editing a video and I didn't have time to remove them. If you want, I can keep them. If you want, I can remove them. There's a storm where I am, so I hope my connection will be okay. Yeah, I hope it will be okay as well. Um, Please refrain from spamming symbols. I'm sorry that my bot caught you. That's just for to prevent raids. Yay! So we're playing a Minecraft mode that I kind of wanted to do since the beginning of this channel, or since the beginning of streaming, I should say. Since my model is like a nomad and it's themed around like nomadic stuff, I was thinking, oh yeah, let's play nomadic Minecraft. And what nomadic Minecraft is basically this thing where you play Minecraft, but you don't build anything. Like the rules are in the description. You basically have to keep moving and doing things like that. And it's on hard mode, so yeah. I only wear my glasses when I'm on the computer, like right now. That's actually smart. I have a pair of computer glasses, but I never use them. I need to like get those again. Hello, June. Okay, we're going like straight to the Minecraft because I'd rather get that done soon as I can. Ah, I'm not really busy today. Wait a second. Oh god, I need to think of something. Did you guys know that Minecraft had like a very big update? It's like a Sakura update. In this update, hello Vies, hi. Yeah. So in this update, what we have is Sakura trees. Now there are pink trees in Minecraft and pink wood. It would be very good if I was going to play for building, but I'm not. Yeah. Oh my god, law school, man. Yeah, beats process. This is my friend. Uh-huh. I wonder what these things were. I guess they're my old servers. Okay, let's call it Nomad EXP. Difficulty has to be hard. No. Okay, hardcore, yeah. You can't respawn if you die. Yeah, that's the thing. It's gonna be very difficult, but like I've never. There are two things I should say before we consider. I've never beat Minecraft on my own. Like I've never done it, and I've also never have uh yeah. The point of this is to beat Minecraft. Oh, wow, why is this so laggy? Is it just like an opening the? Okay, yeah, now it's better. Yeah, so I have never beat Minecraft on my own. It's uh, I like to play Minecraft, but for like the social aspect of it, because I think it's good for community and to simulate like a little town with your friends. So for that, I do play Minecraft, but uh, I don't know. I guess that once you get to like the level where you're uh, creating a farm, you get like way too many things to do, I guess. Yeah, once you have a farm, uh it becomes kind of like a maintenance game. You're supposed to yeah, just like get things done in the farm, and you can waste a lot of time in Minecraft just keeping yourself alive and building with very limited resources. And that was what the fun in Minecraft was for me for a long time. Yeah, same. Hello, Kame. I like Minecraft to genocide village. No, I am very protective of villagers. Uh, I sometimes in raids I have failed to protect villagers, and when that has happened, I have ended games. Right, like I said, I don't want to play anymore because I value the villagers. Yeah, I have one question about the Discord. What is reviews? I don't know what it is. It's just a thing that people say. Like I can tell you what I think it is, but I can't tell you what it is. uh, you're kind of seeing me do a lot of things right now. Like I'm doing a lot of progress very fast. But this is fictional. Like I am very good to get like early Minecraft kind of items, but it comes a time after this like early stage where I'm just not that good anymore. I'm super good at early Minecraft. Like late game Minecraft, I suck. I went off the stream for a second. Was my bottle of water question addressed? Have you ever asked Kraus to say bottle of water before? I haven't. I haven't actually. Um, I don't know. Crowd has been in kind of drama sometimes because people think he fakes his accent. But he has a weird accent, not because, well, not weird, particular, because he lived in the UK. Like he actually lived in the UK. He's from Car. Uh, I mean, yeah, he lived in Wales. Let's just say that when he was a kid. So he learned English in the UK. That's why he has an accent that sounds British, but he's not. I think he was a British national, but he quit like the UK's nationality in order to become like a German. What would that be? A German, not a German citizen. He is a German citizen, but he also is like uh, he's a German citizen, but he moved to Austria, and to have the Austrian citizenship, he needed to like, yeah. I guess you can't have three nationalities. You only can have two, and to live in Germany, yeah, to live in Austria and become an Austrian citizen, he needed like that. Scottish people can't say purple, burglar, alarm. Is that difficult to say? Really? I know that Germans can't say like squirrel, the animal. I don't know if there's a word that I can't say. There probably should be one. Since I'm not a native speaker, I do have a bit of an accent. Oh god. Um I think we're doing fine. We haven't built anything. Uh we got stuff going on. And we found iron already. Okay. This is going too well. I'm concerned that I am on the verge of jinxing something. I remember Vaush one time. Wait, my chat crashed. To speak normal. No, the thing is that that thing about his accent. When he got into like a drama a long time ago, one of the drama points was like, "Oh, he's faking his accent," but he's not. He just has like this very complicated background, like me, where he lived in one place and then he moved to another place and that kind of thing. Yeah, that happens with people who live in a bunch of places. They pick up accents from all the places that they're in. They like learn to speak funny in a way. uh, there's this VTuber. She's Japanese called Korone, Inugami Korone from Hololive, and she uh, She's like from the Tokyo slash mainland kind of part of Japan, but she moved with her grandmother, and now her grandmother lives in the kind of more farmland area of Japan. It's kind of like a hillbilly part, and now she speaks with the farmer accent, and people point it out. But she kind of likes it because it's like the way her grandmother speaks, and she's like glad about that, I guess. She finds that it's like a way to connect. She lives with her. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. That was close. uh okay. Right. 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 Oh my goodness. I'm scared. Imagine like dying to fall damage in this game mode and not to like the million forces of nature that are like competing to kill me. Okay, I kind of like this area, but I don't think I will stay here long. I will just find something to eat and then move on. Uh, but yeah, I mean, if you move to a lot of places, if you visit and live in a lot of places, you will pick up on a lot of particularities in your manners of speech, I guess. Okay, I will kill the pigs. I don't like pigs in Minecraft. I like barely. Yeah, no, they have no use but like the meat, I think. You can also put a saddle on a pig, and if you put a saddle on a pig, you can ride it like a horse. But I don't like doing that. I don't think they're fast. Um, I've always been kind of a pig hater in Minecraft. I don't know. Useless mob. I never have them on my farms. Hmm. There's nothing wrong with having an accident. No, no, I don't think there is. I mean, I didn't say to say that it was like wrong, but I don't know. I guess people, especially like Americans, have this thing where they believe a British accent is like a signal of intellect. I don't know where the stereotype comes from, but there's like this idea that oh, you sound British, you must be like some form of educated person, or you have some connection to like Victorian kind of upper class ideas of things and stuff like that. Um, so there's this thing in YouTube where people, I guess, fake or look for British accents in people who are doing explanation videos, if that makes sense. So, oh, you're going to do a video explaining something, you better have a British accent, because if you do, people will take you like more seriously. It's kind of like I don't know. I feel like there were some people on the Quebec series that listened to me and were like, "Yeah, no, this is like, I can't take information from someone who sounds like this." And there are also other people who, I heard that black YouTubers have this struggle as well, especially if they're in like the politics kind of side, where they feel people don't really take them seriously. Like, oh, you're black, so I'm just going to assume that, you know, uh, your content, or rather you're not the best person to speak on like these matters of like uh yeah, politics and such. FD Signifier kind of has made a lot of videos about that. You guys should subscribe to FD Signifier. He's incredibly intelligent. I think he's probably uh one of my favorite political YouTubers right now. Oh, okay. uh Ravi's confirmed that not Jewish nor Muslim. I am not Jewish nor Muslim. I mean, I have it. I have a guess that maybe my family were conversos. Do you guys know what conversos are? Uh, conversos were basically the Jews that escaped Spain during the Torquemadas Inquisition, basically, and then they came over to like Mexico. But in Mexico, back then when it was New Spain, to have it easier, they just said, no, we're not Jewish. We're Catholic. We're not going to be Jewish or anything. That's just going to like make our lives harder. So we'll just be Catholic, but we're actually Jewish, like ethnically, and we won't do that. Um, the only like Mexican Jews, I guess, that still kind of practice and participate in Jewish rites are in the north. But a lot of the conversos, like the Mexico City conversos, they uh, don't really, they don't hang out with the with other Jewish people because their plan all the time was to escape their Jewish identity in a way and join the like Spanish imperial society. Uh, you need a carrot on a stick to make it move. Yeah, no, like the pig is so complicated. I don't like the pig. Um, I am perfectly comfortable killing every pig I see. In a way, I am not comfortable killing cows because cows can give you leather, and technically, killing a cow is a much better catch than killing a pig. But killing a pig is, uh, yeah, no, it's like there's like no reason not to kill a pig in Minecraft. Like, what else are they good for? Americans always wanted to be British. I guess they do have like an aspiration to like British, you know, societal kind of calls. Like, oh yeah, we're civilized people and blah blah blah. The British love to LARP about that, to call themselves like the civilized or civilizer power, and they're like one of the. Okay, I'm not gonna follow that train of thought, but yeah, no, like there's this whole idea about Britain being, yeah, no, we mm, in Victorian society there was this thing where people kind of realized that they had an empire, and they said like, oh, since we have an empire, we need to behave as like an imperial people, right? So it's not only that you are like emperor of whatever now, you also need to be mindful of, you being emperor. What does that mean? You have to maintain certain ideas of conduct and certain ideas of like a lot of things. Um, you have to live up to a lot of expectations. And Victorian culture, that kind of like steampunk uh, UK look that is so popular in media, was not really a development that came from, you know, pushes in society. It was also kind of engineered from above by a Victorian elite that believed that if the UK was going to be, this symbol of civilization, let's say, they should have a very strict conduct, right? Like they should live up to the standard. And yeah, I mean, that's where Victorian kind of aesthetics come from. They were not a natural development of, let's say, a culture per se. They were more a kind of negotiated thing where the aristocracy was trying to code, oh yeah, we're the UK. We want to like live up to the expectations of empire. We want to, we want that when people see us, they see power and all the things that we aspire to be. Um, and Victorian society kind of comes from that. Okay, I'm having a lot of fun playing as a nomad. uh, Burden of White Man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The White Man's Burden. Um, did you know that the White Man's Burden is not actually a UK idea? It's an American idea. Uh, the White Man's Burden itself was a poem written by an American poet who wrote down a kind of romanticized desire for the UK. No, no, no. For the Americans, for the United States, to to bring kind of civilization to the Philippines after the Spanish American War. That was the point of that poem. It's like take the white man's burden, uh, send like the best of your children to educate the worst. Yeah, it's a very fucked up poem. I don't like it. Emperors are thought to be stern, right? I mean, I don't know. You cannot be civilized and be the nation that Nigel Farage. Huh. Okay. Perfect country for the nomadic style. This one, these are just like acacia trees. It's kind of like I don't know. Emperors are thought to be stern. I mean, it's not really stern. It's more like conforming to patriarchal expectations of like civilization. I want to say. I'm not sure. Yeah, like the emperor has to be a kind of all father. Yeah, the emperor has to be like the father of all. He's not only the father of his people, he's also the father of various other peoples, and to be an imperialist, but like not as an imperialist as an ideologue, but like an embodier of imperialism, especially in like a patriarchal society. You need to embody the patriarch itself, right? You need to be the perfect example of kind of like, oh, why should people obey you? That was actually like a thing that a bunch of kings in Europe struggled with if it was known that they were infertile. If they were infertile, if they couldn't have an heir, if they couldn't have children, like there's a lot of logistical problems of not having an heir, right? Like there's the problem of, people don't know what's going to happen with the kingdom when you die. There's like a lot of rivalries in the palace that can sort of take advantage of the fact that you're no longer there. But something else that can happen is that uh, the people that you rule can kind of see you as this sort of impotent figure. And if they don't like you, they can kind of make a point out of that impotence to, to speak badly of you. It's it's kind of a misogynistic. Yeah, okay, it's a way in which misogyny kind of works against men in one way. I was reading a book about this. I think that last year, right? But the thing basically goes that when women are sterile, there's a sort of like paternalistic kind of approach to female sterility. It's like, oh yeah, no, she can't have kids. That's unfortunate. But in a kind of patriarchal society, a woman that can't have kids, gross as it is, can still have value to a husband as a sort of object of sensuality and that kind of thing. It's like very fucked up. But in in that same kind of society, a man that is infertile, uh, you know, there's like a lot of um, degrading that you can't really look at for positives in a patriarchal society. So yeah, it kind of goes that way. And one of the ways that that kind of stereotyping, that kind of messaging was used against the kings of Europe that were infertile is basically like, oh, you're infertile, then you must be incompetent in every other aspect of your life. You must be incapable of doing the government, right? If you can't do it, if you can't govern, it's because of your kind of impotence. Your impotence to have children translates into every other aspect of your life. That's kind of like uh, the way it went. That was the call. Impotent in sex, impotent in everything. Uh, yeah, it's a sort of paternalism. My textbook has a chapter called American Imperialism. Yeah, like the United States is an empire. I don't know why people get like so upsetty spaghetti about that. It's like, no, we're not an empire, we're liberal. No, you're an empire. It's complicated because liberal imperialism, it exists and it is a tradition, but oftentimes liberal imperialism kind of doesn't see itself as an imperialism because for liberals, I guess, it's not really um, to think of themselves as an empire requires them to walk away from some of their basic assumptions because liberalism at its best is like an inherently anti-imperialist ideology. It's anti-tyrant. But what about the Napoleonic figure, right? Like what if you're a tyrant in the name of liberalism? Kind of like the United States. So yeah, that's basically the thing. We're doing so good. Uh-huh. Stop being a tyrant. Yeah, no, it's very complicated because what is a tyrant like actually? How do you point a finger with like tyranny? For most of human history, I guess that uh, people lived in tyranny. People lived under structures that we would consider tyrannical, where they didn't have rights. There was like these a patriarch, yeah, right. There was a patriarch who was kind of the owner of the state and the justifier of the state and kind of the receptacle of everything good and everything bad. And the tyrant then what did the tyrant do? Oh yeah, like they're the host of sovereignty, they're the host of everything, and then the people are just there. Like the people don't really matter in the equation. But for liberals, they make this prescription that tyranny is an unnatural state for a human being to live in and exist in. But that's one of the main one of the problems in liberalism, in the same way that there are like problems in Marxism and problems in other ideologies, right? Like what is if tyranny is unnatural, let's say, why have most human societies been tyrannical, quote unquote tyrannical? And by extension, why was liberalism contingent in a certain part of Europe at a certain time in history and during certain kind of political conditions? Uh, if it's supposed to be universal, right? So that's the thing. Hello, nice glasses. Thank you. Rab in Discord, yeah. I'm a Discord tyrant. I don't know. I think that the Discord is more like a my house, my rules kind of thing. It's not really like a government. But I guess that's kind of like the way the king thought, right? Like, the whole of Europe is my house, the whole of Europe is my rules. Well, the whole of the kingdom. Better than a tyrant in the name of authoritarian. Yeah, that's right. But you're not erasing the problem of tyranny. That's the problem. Finally, I found a village. I'm a nomad and I found a village. Time to steal. Your food belongs to me now. Nice glasses. Think checkmate, liberals. Yeah, checkmate. Uh, yeah, that's like an. I don't want to say this is like a debunking of liberalism, but it's one of the kind of open questions of ideological liberalism. It's like, okay, so tyranny is unnatural, but if tyranny is unnatural, why is every society, why were most early societies things that we could have called tyrannical? And given that, how can we describe liberalism in a way that is not culturally contingent on, European politics and European development? Um, I don't think a lot of liberals contend with that question. A lot of the people who I've seen try to explain that are, who are they actually? Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're like critical theory people, and that's funny because a lot of liberals don't like the critical theory people. They think they're like, oh, you're cheating. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to question like the big narrative of like human universality and stuff. But they make like a very interesting argument, which is that liberal like structures, uh, they haven't been necessarily liberal, but like the desire to empower society as opposed to empower, what would you say? Um Yet desire to empower society as opposed to the desire to empower a king or a tyrant or that kind of thing has manifested in human societies in a lot of presentations. Like in China, you had like the village autonomists, like uh, independentists, like the Taiping Rebellion, Buddhist kind of uprisings in favor of rulership by like local stuff. And we don't want an emperor. We believe in God, and God is the only authority that we will accept, and we will structure ourselves like a godly republic, right? We're all equal under the eyes of God. You can see that as the kind of liberal tradition that what's his name, that Cromwell in England tried to create. But you cannot make a lot of parallels between that liberal tradition and, for example, the Iko-iki in Japan, who were monks that argued for something similar, right? Like the emperor is not a god. Uh, the divinity is like only hosted in the cycle of samsara and the teachings of the Buddha. So we are going to create a society where we rule ourselves, uh, and the emperor doesn't matter. Like we don't care for the emperor, and that is kind of like the Cromwellist prescription, right? Like why should the king rule? The king, just like you, just like I, is just another son of God. Like, what right does this person have to tell us like how to live and how to do X, Y, Z, right? So yeah, you can also look the kind of postmodern uh, argument then is that instead of thinking of liberalism as this like consistent ideology, you need, of capital L liberalism, the European liberalism. You could think of liberalism as a sort of, descriptor of the human spirit of, the call of people to organize locally and to have a say in their space and in their community. And if you start understanding liberalism that way, which is a lot less ideological, it doesn't necessarily imply human rights, it doesn't necessarily imply like a lot of things. It just means, people want to be locally empowered. If you start using that like small L liberalism instead of the big L liberalism, which is the ideology, then suddenly you can find liberalisms in Tanki in China, you can find liberalisms in India, you can find liberalisms in like all around the world, and yeah, that's what the postmodernists say. Though I don't consider myself a postmodernist. I know a lot of my friends don't like that. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So we made and developed liberalism as an invention. Yeah, yeah, liberalism is an invention. The only way to like escape the, let's call it, invention problem is to find a way in which liberalism can be described as like a calling or as like a thing that comes from some fundamental kind of human experience, let's say. Uh, but a lot of people don't do that, and if you do that, then you suddenly can't be a liberal. No, you can't be a liberal in. No, I died. I'm so sad. Yeah, if I'm sad. Ah, oh shit. Oh wait, no, no, no. I can recreate it. Yeah. This is so sad. I was so distracted by liberalism that I died. I am just like the Filipinos. But yeah, um okay, so basically that would have been a very stupid way to die. What was I saying? Yeah, no. So yeah, liberalism in the European sense is an invention, and but if you start looking for the small L liberalism, let's say, then liberals can't have empires anymore, right? Because you can't make the white man burden argument that there are other people that may have lesser civilizations. They're in like a lesser stage of civilization, and therefore people stop needing you, white European man, let's say, to go and teach them how a state should be built. And if you accept that like small L liberalism instead of the big L ideological liberalism, you run into this problem that you can't have empires anymore and that you can't intervene into exogenous societies to kind of make your will and give the scriptures. Why do we need this anchor to human experience? Because one of the main ideas of liberalism is that it justifies itself in being this universal kind of ideology, right? So liberalism is valuable because it's universal, and anyone, you know, every society could be a liberal society. That's how it goes. Um, but what happens if, say, you start to find like exceptions? If you start to find areas of the world that reject liberalism, that are not like, uh, in line with liberalism, you need to find a theoretical justification as for why that happens, because otherwise, as a liberal, you lose your aspirations, or let's say claims to universality. So there are two things you can do. Number one is like the French thing, which is to say, everyone who's not us is in some sense a barbarian, and then, you burn down the summer palace and things like that. Um, or what else? Oh, more iron. We find our iron super fast. mm, try making your own tunnels instead of using the natural ones. No, I'm a nomad. Nomads don't make tunnels. I'm committing, this is like roleplay. Mm. Yeah, so there has always been a conflict between like liberalism and tradition, because tradition is like particularist by definition, and liberalism is, what do we call it? It's universalist. So if in some ways the universalism doesn't go well, it doesn't bode with a tradition, suddenly you start getting to this like awkward point where what are you doing? Where does how do you justify your claims to universality if there are people who reject your universality? That sounds painfully boring. What sounds boring? The constellation. Yo, yo, hello, Credo. I don't think any place would wholly reject liberalism. Uh, I mean, that's true, but no other place would wholly accept liberalism either. And liberalism needs like total acceptance if it's going to become like a universal project, right? You're setting the bar a little bit too low for like the actual more transgressive philosophical implications of liberalism. Yeah, if you're a true liberal, you want liberalism everywhere. That's basically the thing, because uh, if you believe in universal rights, let's put it this way: if you believe that there are rights that every human being has, and that there are like these things that are good, and that people should pursue, and that people should have, and that people should like not be deprived of, you need, like in a sense, you deeply need um, to have a response to places in the world that do not have the same ideas towards governance or freedom of religion or that kind of thing. Making the tunnel is boring. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is a nomadic gameplay where we're not building anything. Uh, we're achieving like a different type of civilization. So take that, liberals. You don't take your liberal tunnel elsewhere. Yeah, take your Western ideas of civilization somewhere where they're wanted. Uh, yeah, fuck your tunnel. But yeah, that's basically the problem. And there are open problems in Marxism as well. There are open problems in like well, I wouldn't say fascism because fascism doesn't really have like the fascism itself is a problem, but every kind of like big name economic or social ideology has this kind of unsolved problem. Like libertarians have this problem of like the origins of property that they don't really know how to solve, and I think it's kind of funny. Like, let me tell you, a problem in libertarianism, like right wing libertarianism, is where does property come from, right? Because in the state of nature, you don't own anything that nobody else can own. Okay, that sounds a little complicated, but let me tell you what I mean. It means that you don't own, for example, what would be an yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't own like a farm, right? Once you own something that's yours, nobody can impede on it. But at the same time, you can't impede on other people's stuff, and you can't take over stuff that belongs to that belongs to no one, because you don't have any right to certain types of property more than other people do, if that makes sense. So what would that mean? It means that, for example, if there's like a plot of land and it's not yours, um, and and everyone just kind of agrees that it's not theirs, you can't suddenly break that agreement and say, "Oh, this is mine now," because in the same way other people don't have a right to it, you can't just claim it. And that's like one thing that libertarians really care about, because libertarians really care about, ideas of open space, ideas of open kind of stuff. But then that creates a problem, which is what is the origin of property, right? Because someone had to make the first claim to a piece of like land, or a piece of a rock, or something, to say this is mine in a way that it's not yours. But to do that, you kind of needed to have infringed on people's kind of natural lack of property in a normal configuration of things, right? So in order to start property, you need to attack. You need to break one of the rules of property, which is that you can't like transgress on kind of like the common stuff. Mhm. So yeah, I mean, if this problem in libertarianism is not solved within the libertarian tradition, fuck. Yeah, if this problem is not solved within the libertarian tradition itself, it would mean basically that libertarianism proved itself wrong with its own like hypotheses. And yeah, I don't know, I'm more of a super on the fly specified vagaries kind of person. Yeah, that's the way to go. Ideologies for nerds. Read a book. How about you read some bitches? I don't know how that goes. I don't think I'd be called a liberal. Yeah, no, I'm not a liberal either. I guess I can be described as a liberal because of the things I agree with liberalism, and the fact that I don't find it like a system I want to like radically transgress. But I have too many criticisms of liberalism, and I understand it kind of, you know, a little bit from the inside, to look at it as stuff that I don't really identify with all the time. Kind of, a liberal who's critical of liberalism. I'm more like, I would identify more as a socialist. And there are open problems in Marxism as well, right? Like, an open problem in Marxism is something called the law of diminishing returns. It's what I explained on the last stream, but yeah, like, we don't know. A lot of like Marxist predictions were done on that like curve I made on the drawing stream over at the main channel. That graph, and that graph is like not as good as we thought it was. So yeah, Germany desert. Yeah, right. There are like Germany rocks. Redeems. So you don't want universal human rights? I mean, it's not that I personally don't want them. It's more that uh, where do the rights come from, right? Like, show me in nature where your rights are. Are they in your body? Are they behind your ears? Or are they a social construct? And if they're a social construct, then, uh, are they truly natural rights, as they're called in, for example, European and British jurisdiction, right? Like, do they come from nature? Or where do they come from? Where in the body are rights hosted? And what would make them universal? So that kind of thing. Okay, I get it. It's just like open questions. That's the problem of like social sciences as opposed to like normal sciences. I say normal sciences. Yeah, there's like no way to decide these things unless you spend like hours having like uh, arguments of this sort. That's one thing I like about formal. Well, not formal. I'm sorry. I'm a mathematician. Like, yeah, I mean, that's one of the problems of like math. Of doing science with things that have a limited, there's limited potential for experimentation. I guess. Rap feels uncomfortable calling himself a liberal. I mean, it's not that I'm uncomfortable; it's that I'm not. Like, yeah, liberalism. Ah, fuck. Not great, not terrible. That's just how I leave it. It has a lot of open questions. I think liberals, if they were honest, they should be a lot more Jacobin, and the logical conclusion of Jacobinism was socialism. So yeah, I mean, I would say that I'm a true liberal in the sense that I am a socialist, and I take liberalism to its ultimate conclusions, and and yeah, um, give your people freedom of speech and information. Let's see what rights they want. Yeah, I guess. But you still are making like an argument from like arguing from today, right? I am making a different kind of argument. The kind of argument I am making is more like uh, looking at the whole of human history, right? Why does liberalism emerge in Europe? And if it's like a natural thing, uh, why don't we see like liberalism in baboons, right? Like why doesn't liberalism emerge in in nature? It was socially constructed. Um, but to have claims to universality, you need that you need that power of nature at your side. Do you like tamales? Uh they're okay. I find them that they have like a little bit too much like flour. I don't like that floury, the very floury tamales. So uh I guess I can have them for like Christmas or something like that, but I wouldn't have them as like casually because they're so full of stuff, bro. It's so much mass, and I only like the red ones. I'm like a child with tamales. I can only eat the red ones. The other ones, I'm kind of a hater. Yeah, like the green ones, I don't like the green ones. The sugar ones, the pink ones, the sweet tamales, I don't like those. Is socialism liberal? It's not. It's not the same. It has like differences. There are places where socialists and liberals agree. There are places where they don't. Yeah. Vive la révolution! Oui, vive la révolution! There are social liberals. There are Fabianists. I'm a Fabianist, which some people would consider a type of social liberal, but we don't, because by day's end we want to, build socialism on the ashes, I guess. But you know, you still have to be intellectual about these things. You can't just say, "Oh, right, uh, I just disagree with these things because they're cringe." I feel that that's one thing that internet culture has kind of, uh, done badly for political discussion. People now think of streamers and political streamers and that sort of thing as a sort of sport, and you support your team, and you are like always in the defensive of others. uh so people are kind of like against Thomas Howell and these like right-wing streamers. There's like a right-wing streamer versus left-wing streamer thing, but I don't think you should if you want to defeat an ideology, or if you want to like express your disagreement with an ideology, you shouldn't go to like war. Especially if they're like fringe ideologies, right? That you can have like discussions about these things. And this is why I, for example, really like Yale. I would consider Yale a very conservative university, um, by the standards that I observe in my own political thought. But I find Yale writers and Yale teachers to be some of the smartest people I know on social issues. Like Ian Shapiro, I have said a couple of times, he's like one of my biggest influences in terms of political thought. Um, and he's like a Yale, normie liberal. It's like, yeah, if I told, he's not like going to be a socialist by any means of the imagination. He's like, oh yeah, let's fix the world through policy, and that's fine. I don't need to like conquer these people. It's just, yeah, be normal, have a normal disagreement. Yes, and it was one of the best things humans ever made. You know what? Maybe, but even then, you still have to accept that it's human creation, and things that are human creations are not natural in a way. Like, would you say a computer, for example, is natural in the same way a tree is natural? I guess they were both made by nature, but there's like a couple of chains of iteration that involve a human kind of intervention that make the things a bit separate. I didn't know there were pink tamales. There are. They're the sweet ones. They're sugar tamales, and I really don't like them. I kind of hate them. I look at them as like the worst. Uh, it's basically sugar with sugar. In Mexico City, those barbarians do this thing where they put they put mm, what do they do? Okay, they put a torta, which is basically like a baguette, and they put a tamale inside it, and it's basically like a bread sandwich, and that's called torta de tamal. And they love it. Mexico City is like the most insane place you could imagine for kitchen stuff, for cooking. They come up with so many things. They're so creative, but they're creative in like bad ways. Like, oh yeah, let me invent carbs on carbs, right? Let's yeah, that sort of thing. uh God, I had forgotten about name dropping Tomazawa. Yeah. Oh, that guy, yeah. Funny guy. I hate left and right wingers equally. You're so brave. How could you say something so controversial yet so brave? Uh, wow, amazing. I just really aggressively want to grieve enlightened. Embrace misanthropy. To left wingers, I am a far right extremist. To right wingers, I am a far left, and to centrists, I am extreme. I find that a lot of Islamists find that way. I think that Islamists are not liked uh, by left wingers because of God. Then right wingers don't like you because uh, there are some things in Islam like zakat that goes against ideas of like private property and stuff. The more conventional give to the poor, blessed are the meek kind of philosophy that's very normal to Abrahamic religions. Uh, what the hell, carbs and carbs? I know, right? Mexico City is it's I don't know what's going on there, man. It's a wonderful place, but it's a terrible place. Oh, Mexico City is like also like the host of the grind, bro. Like, um, I am not an Islamist. Oh, right, I am sorry. We have a guy in our server who is an Islamist, and he has a bit of the same problem, I think. Uh, yeah, sorry for assuming. Yeah, the Death Warrior, I don't know if you know him, but he's like an Islamist. He identifies as an Islamist. I guess Islamism is just too arbitrary. I mean, you say that, but I think that Islamism, at its core, has a better philosophical kind of grounding than liberalism, because Islamism, in its framework, accepts the idea of, a God that is the source of authority and the source of universal values. If you try to think about the same things in liberalism, like, what do you point to as the source of universality? An Islamist can point to God, and what can a liberal point to, right? You could say, oh, is God real, is God not real? Like, yeah, that's a conversation you can have. But uh, if you accept the existence of a God, and then your values come from God, then you're kind of one step above the liberals, because God, that's a good source for universal kind of ideas. That's a good source for universal power and aspirations of civilizational craft. I guess you have to try tamales from countries close to the equator. We work for tamales on plantain leaves, not corn. We also have those here. Um, I live near a place that's adjacent to the Gulf of Mexico, and people around the Gulf of Mexico don't use corn leaf. They use, what do they use? Yeah, they use like the banana, the banana leaf. Do not go to America if you dislike carbs and carbs and carbs. That's most of our food. Yeah. I find the Mexican tamales insipid. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, they're a bit like they're carb heavy. I don't like that. I've never been too much of like a sugar person. I am more of like a different kind of person. I very rarely eat carbs. In that logic, the justification of absolute monarchy is stronger than liberalism. Yes, it is. It is technically, because you are making kind of the argument that the power of the monarch comes from God. What's more powerful than God? you know, I am being cynical, but this is what a liberal would say, right? Um, there have been like Christian Republicans who were like one of the things that are like closer to this tradition I am telling you about in regards to like theological statecraft, let's say. And they like the idea that yeah, what I said before, right? Like the God Republic. Everyone is equal under God, therefore nobody should be a king. That's how the first kind of Christian liberal states were made, I guess. Hmm. I'm going to work on FOMO to care about universe based. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, but like, let me tell you like my socialist answer, because a lot of people are just kind of like, oh, critical, critical. But I will give you a prescription. I believe that the host of sovereignty is you can make like a secularist argument for the origins of the state, and that's that if you're going to have a system, any societal system that human beings are going to live in, you need to make a system that human beings, that has the idea at its core that human beings are valuable. And so if you start from the idea that human beings are valuable and that they deserve to exist in a state of security, then you can go from there to the idea that human beings, um, you know, uh, need to exist in a society where each and every one requires, the protection and the contemplation of the laws. So, you're trying to create a human society. You need rules that work for human beings. You don't invoke God. You don't invoke like any third party for that. It's just like a utilitarian argument that if humans are going to live here, humans need to be, in some sense, important. And from there you develop the idea that, okay, then how do you create like definitions of importance, and you can create like convergence with liberal ideas, but you never go from, the more the assumption of God and that kind of thing. Mm. Liberals make a different argument to this. They make an argument from sovereignty, like, where is the host of sovereignty? For liberals, the host of sovereignty is this like amorphous, ambiguous group called the people. And, they don't exactly define what the people is or who they are, but they say, oh, the people exists, and because the people exists, then the people should be sovereign. And the problem with that is that if you control the definition of the people, you can be pretty awful to whoever is outside of that definition. And that's why, for instance, American liberalism has had a lot of struggles with African Americans, for example, because a lot of the struggles of American liberalism, of American conservatism, I should say, which is nevertheless a liberal conservatism, um, has been finding ways to exclude African Americans from the definitions of the people. So yeah, it's carbs, rap. Crabs. Oh, you've never had crabs. Okay, yeah, crabs. Shit, man, I don't know what to say. I think I've had crabs like once before. We call them jaivas. Mhm. We have no concrete justification. That is one of the best things about living. No, that's bad. It's like, why are you doing what you're doing? I don't know. I just overthrew your government. No, like, you need to have like, this is a very kind of high level discussion about political theory. Like, political theory is one of the worst things you could like spend your time on, because it's like detached from everything. It's detached from actual politics, but it's important nevertheless, because at the end of the day, once you pursue a project, you're going to stand like, on top of the mountain and look down upon the things you've created and see. You have to think like, wow, was this really worth it, right? You don't have to do it all the time. If you're going to do politics, it's like much more important to um, focus on concrete objectives, especially if you're not like pursuing it as a career. But yeah, I mean, there are problems in liberal political theory that liberals accept and that everyone just kind of knows about. And yeah, well, like, you still can wake up the next morning and be a liberal and be aware that you don't have all the answers and stuff. The host of sovereignties is nuts. When people started using words, things just went downhill. Yeah, man, like language. Screw that. Let's go back to like grunting. Ugh. Ugh. People understood each other. Flirting was easy. What else do you want? Bro, how did people flirt in like the caveman days? How did you raise someone? Like, hey girl. Uh 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 those dudes had like crazy charisma. We should go to like a caveman and get them to give like dating classes to incels. Maybe that's the solution to the incel problem. Get the experts. Exactly. That's why I'm teaching poli sci. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that, but yeah, political science, the science aspect of it, that's very far removed from like actual politics. If you want to do actual politics, it would be better to be an economist or to be a lawyer or to be someone involved in, the engineering aspect of the state and not the theorizing aspect of the state. I study political science because I became a communist by accident, and now I am like thinking about these things, and making a sort of business out of telling people about ideas. But I wouldn't, I wouldn't recommend um, spending your life in political science unless you're like profiting from it by becoming a researcher or something like that. Yeah, like don't drink the Kool-Aid, guys. It's basically just what I tell the plebs. Don't be coming here and scaring the plebs. Yeah, 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 yeah. Dude, I study the political structures of entities that haven't existed for more than 1,000 years. If it's a hobby and you're having fun, that's fine. If you're expecting, like, you know, just don't let it consume your life, I guess, because I find that a lot of people, who are into this like politics side of the internet, like to think that they're, because they're like reading a lot about politics, their hobby is like important and high minded, right? But a lot of the time it's literally just like Pokemon, right? Like collecting Pokemon. There are people who collect facts about countries the same way you would collect like baseball cards, and they don't really do anything with that information. They just like to learn, and that's fine. It's fine if you're doing it as a hobby. But if you're like reading super into politics and then getting super mad when your candidates don't win elections, or doing that sort of thing, uh, because you're trying to have like an effect on like very high level, very technical statecraft simply by, watching YouTube videos and replying to tweets. That's not going to work. You're going to make yourself very miserable. So, yeah, I mean, you can be into politics for the drama, is I get what I'm trying to say. And, you know, it's not wrong to be into politics for the drama, but if you're thinking of creating like a political effect, if you want to create political change, you can't engage politics as like an audience sports like consumer, right? So that's why I don't watch Twitch streamers who talk about this thing, because that's what they do. It's like, oh guys, have you heard about how Joe Biden roasted like Glop Shido by doing this and passing this piece of legislation? It's over for the conservatives, and then they ran for like 20 minutes about NAFTA. I don't know. I don't. I don't like that culture, but in a way, I guess it kind of works because the people who make that content are often like working class, uh, they're guys who are outside of academia who want to engage with politics, and that's always super valuable. I don't say it in like a condescending way of, oh, they're not academic, they're just trying to like do that. Like, no, like people who are not in political science should discuss politics and get involved in politics and try to engage in it as best as they can. I'm just saying that as someone who's kind of inside the Kool-Aid, I can see that the way that streams kind of work sometimes, it's not so much about the discussion, it's also about the entertainment through humiliation, the sort of patriarchal success of, dominating someone else intellectually, of showing that uh, you met up with someone who disagreed with you, you proved they were a moron, and now you're like above them, right? It's like an act of castration almost, as ritualistic emasculation for the sake of your ego. So yeah. Uh, I do not like concrete justification. I think it leads to bad consequences and limits thinking. You know what? You can think that, but also know that you will be very limited in your political prescriptions if you don't believe in some sort of, grounded idea and objective. How do you become a communist by accident? Uh, I worked at a library, basically. I worked at this library, and there were like people there who were collecting books. They were doing like role play of like history. It was like D&D basically, and I was there, and I had a lot of fun playing D&D with that community. And that community was a lot about sharing books, and being like super into historical research, and they did research to make better D&D games like that. That was the whole point of the archive. And a lot of the people there were super left. And basically, when I started, when I started thinking about politics and discussing politics and just participating in this culture and this debate, oh god, oh god, oh god, I did so by getting immersed in in a culture of left wing politics, basically. And so, without really thinking about it, I became very left wing. Um, I don't have like a formal education in political science, which is why I veto actually. I don't want people to come to my channel and think like, oh yeah, this is like some intellectual, right? Like, I don't have a background in poli sci. The things I'm telling you about are things that I kind of came to through like thinking hard about them, but I don't have I'm not formally educated, so I try to make my channel look less serious than it actually is by also streaming video games and things like that. Um, he got bit by a communist spider. Yeah, no, it's just that I got involved in this thing. Mm. And now that I am, I just need to, I to not be as left wing as I am. I needed to go through like a whole other process of deconstructing my own education and finding mistakes in it and that sort of thing. But yeah, I am not academia. Things happen. You met a girl. Your friends take you meetings, and so Pokimane go to the polls. Bruh, I wonder if Pokimane is like a communist. I should. Yeah, what are the politics of like Twitch streamers? I heard she's like super business oriented by like the prescriptions of her friends. Um, Back in my day, we used the word pwned. Yeah, arachnid communist. Na-na-na-na-na-na. Have you guys seen the Spider Verse movie? I find that a lot of VTubers are into it. I never was like super into Spider Man though, so I haven't watched that. I'm not like a superhero person, I guess. A Karen at a school meeting does more politics than the Twitch streamer and the viewers watching her clip on the internet calling cringe. Yeah. Okay, now that I have a little more iron, I will. Oh, look at my skin, by the way. It's my VTuber model. I actually made it. I made it myself. I could make like Minecraft skins if I wanted for VTuber streams. Become a low-level bureaucrat. That's so annoying, though. I don't want to be a bureaucrat. I want to stay as far away from political life as I can because I do have the personality for a poli-sci person because I hate being in in the public eye. I mean, I guess I'm a YouTuber. I guess the kind of life that you need to have as a politician is one where people have like a lot of scrutiny over your decisions and they're very critical of what you do and what you say. And I would be very unhappy with that because I'm super weird and I wouldn't want people to like make humiliatement out of like looking at me and cringing. I am non-binary. I am LGBTQ in a sense, and I have better things to do. Well, no, I don't have better things to do, but I have more comfort to find in my own life than being like humiliated in the way that politicians are humiliated. So even though I have read a lot about political science in my off time, I wouldn't want to go into politics because I know myself and I know that you know oh shit, yeah, I know myself and I know that I'd be sad if I had to deal with like people's disrespect all the time. I'm very sensitive. And it's fine, like to know yourself and to know what your priorities are. Everyone around me was like, "Bro, you should like study political science and you should become like president." And I was like, "I don't want to be president. I don't want to be humiliated on TV by some like ignorant moron." Like, yeah, I like to shit talk, and a president can't shit talk people. It's like, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. No, there is a low-level bureaucrat who became a VTuber. June needs to become a wrestler first. Can you guys explain to me where the June wrestler thing comes from? I don't think I get it. Okay, I need to kill that skeleton to get the iron. Ah, gonna watch it next month. I don't know, political theory might just be real political fan fiction. Honestly, yeah. Because, you're not necessarily doing. I don't think it's impossible to do political science. I think it's very difficult. And I don't think we're at a point where we have found, like, the best way to do it, I guess. But I have a lot of respect for, political scientists because they try regardless, right? And, hmm, you know, human beings should learn more about each other, about, like, the way we work and the way we organize and the way we kind of get along, because that's important. Actually, only a handful of people who major in poli-sci become politicians. No, that's true. It's not only in Korea, it's like everywhere. Because, sometimes it happens with economists as well. Like most people who work in economics or who studied those kinds of things for those kinds of jobs, they take works in the social service, they take works in like management, low level bureaucracy, and sometimes one of them, especially if they're in academia and publishing a lot, they will get like elevated from among the pool of like low level managerial workers, and they will be given a position where they get to test out theories and test out ideas. um, but it's a very limited pool of like authority, because in the same way that there's only one minister of finance, there can be like multiple what would it be, yeah, there can be like 1,000 hired economists all deciding like the road of the economy, right? That would be very impractical. So it's sometimes one economist that gets like elevated and put in a position of power. It's that kind of thing. I would be okay with it if I have been called every insult already. It's just that warrior keep trying to make me a wrestler. Oh, okay. Why though? Why a wrestler? I think I'm gonna leave this cave. I'm overstaying my nomadic purpose. This is becoming too sedentarian. I mean, I know I'm in the cave and I'm exploring the cave and I'm not really like settling the cave. I'm mostly looking for iron, but uh, yeah, iron. I'm so sad that I died. I was doing so well on that first run. I had so many things already. I think my comments are invisible. Uh, what do you mean? Oh shit! I can't make anything. What do you mean? You should all get a job. I say that as like an employee, as a YouTuber, but yeah, be a worker, join the working class. Ron, you will accidentally invent agricultural civilization. Yeah, no, I have to prevent that at all costs. Um, you know what's going in my mind right now, like psychologically speaking? I want to break this iron pickaxe because it's very weak, but I want to break it on iron to justify making another pickaxe. And since I am not finding it, I'm very upset. I found iron like somewhere around here, but now I can't find it, and I guess I am staying too long in this place. Yeah, I need to move. I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna become like a cave civilizator. This cave, screw this cave. Screw this cave as a as a staff record label and as a motherfucking crew. I had forgotten the words to that for a second. Is being a worker worth it, bruh? You do you want to eat? Do you want to live? Uh, Also, thank you for letting me join the Discord. Yeah, no worries. It's just like an experimental measure. Don't get too attached. If I at some point decide that minors, are not like a good fit, they should probably be let out. But uh, you're very close to actually becoming of age, so I might just let you stay. Uh, if you're gonna be a real nomad, burn and pillage every village that you come across. I pillage the villages. I don't burn them because like I'm a nice nomad. I don't like doing that. I don't like hurting people. Don't be a worker, be a landlord. Alright, a parasite. Oh god, it's just about to become nighttime. Wonderful. You know, I'm gonna take advantage of like the little hours of daylight I have left and I'm gonna move. I'm gonna move as far away as I can. Oh right. I see a viable I see a plan. I see some cooking happening. I love being back in the surface. I think the good thing about the nomadic playthrough is that Minecraft worlds are really big, and when you're not stuck in one place, you get to see them all and see like how beautiful the world generation is. I guess, like if you're playing Minecraft and you stay in one place all the time, I guess you can kind of build it, right? But you don't ever really explore, and that has always been me. I don't really get the chance to like look at everything, and this is like the first time in like a very long time playing Minecraft where I'm actually just kind of you know playing with the world rather than around the world. Oh, I found a mine. Should I go in? I'm nervous. Maybe it's a good place to like stand by the night. I thought this thing connected to the ocean, but it doesn't, so I'm going to go the other way. This is disappointing. Or better, become a Dark Lord. Don't become a Dark Lord, bro. Like, why would you want that? Why do you people want to become rich through exploitation? You should become like. You should be workers. Also, you singing is really good. When will you collab with album with AI Minecraft? I don't know how to use AI.me. I should look into that. I just never knew the name of the singing AI. Ah, yeah, I'm glad you enjoy my singing. Thank you. What if I don't want to eat? What do you mean? You want to die of starvation? Bro, this is not. This was a trap. I thought it's just a big lake. It's not the ocean. Are pirates nomadic? I think they are, but I'm stuck in a lake, so I'm not really living up to my standards. Hello there. Hi, Skywalker. General Kenobi. Oh, neat. You got armor already. Yeah, I agree with you, Rob. But deep down, a part of me wants to conquer all. Yeah, let's conquer everything. People should learn our peaceful ways by force. That's why you're going to law school. Seriously, have you seen Sauron's Tower? Do you think that building built itself? No. Oh god, I got hit by an arrow. Of course I want to starve, I'm hungry. When Salt said he was God, I felt that. Oh, wow, this is so fancy. There's a chain. Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna do something real quick. I am going to the music and sound settings and I'm allowing for music. Yay. I don't. I like to play Minecraft without music because I like to have like my ears free to not get like mobbed by creepers or something. But you know what? I'm gonna allow music right now because I like the idea. You know, they made a lot of new Minecraft music, and I heard it's super good. Holy shit, abandoned mine. Yeah, it's an abandoned mine in the middle of this like structure. What is this structure called? It's full of like terracotta, but I don't know. I've never been to one of these before. I'm just like camping around to like stay for the night. Oh wait, oh shit. Idea. With this I can get string. And now I can develop one of the great tools of nomadic civilization. Also, congrats on 100 subscribers. Yes, I am going to make a celebration stream for 100 subscribers. Uh, or something. It's been so difficult to grow as a VTuber though. Like, I think one of the more complicated things about VTubing is that it's a very female dominated field. You come in as a guy, you come in as like a sort of niche within a niche, right? So yeah, it's kind of challenging. Like even among whole, oh fuck, oh god, yeah, like even among Hololive and you know the very big VTubing brands, the men are less popular. It's you know I'm not a man, but I guess I'm male presenting in the sense that right now I am you know I'm not speaking in a way that would give you know that would convey the gender ambiguity I try to pursue otherwise, mainly because I'm very relaxed. Um, but yeah, I mean, uh, B2ing kind of thrives in femininity. Creeper, oh man, yeah, I know that song. I always liked Minecraft music within screen. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I always make a short video for each 100 subscribers I get. Oh, that's nice. Wait. Uh, did you know, guys, that Kami has a lot of points? He's infamous in the VTuber scene for just kind of going into people's streams and gambling and taking away all their points. Bro, I already have to go, sadly. I'm sorry, Rob. Maybe I'll come back later. Have fun with Minecraft. Thank you very much. I'm having fun. I think I'm enjoying this than most other times I've played Minecraft in like a very long time. This is like a trick, by the way. If you're killing spiders in the thing, get them stuck in the poles, and they will try to climb the pole. Okay, now I'm hearing skeletons over there, and I don't want anything to do with that. Is it? Can it be day already, please? Oh my goodness. Rav, you need to stop June from taking over the Discord. What is he doing? Why are you warning them? The man speaks a false language. What is this like Asian insult? Like, stop speaking nonsense, Barbe. Okay, please tell me that I. Oh god. Oh, thank fuck. I am ready now. I am fully fitted. Mm. Okay, it's daytime, which means we can continue the adventure. I kind of feel like killing a bunch of chickens, honestly. Only person who's taking over the server is Alex. Everyone is calling themselves Alex in the Discord. I think that's funny. Oh wow, there's a bunch of string over there. Hmm. Oh right, I know what this is. Spiders are really weak in water. That's my strategy to kill them. I drag them to the water. Oh damn, it got me, it got me, it got me. No! This poison is so long. Oh my god, is this like hard mode poison? Let me just block that. And now I can see what's here. This is kind of mid, but I'll take it. I'll take the name tag, and the rest of the things aren't really useful for nomadic people such as myself. Ah, look at this beautiful world. We are all Alex. The bed was invented in 3000 BC. Yeah, you know what? Some people say that in the nomadic playthrough you can't use beds, but I kind of disagree because people carried around beds or bed-like structures since we started like killing animals for their fur, right? It's not like a new thing. Rav now has full iron armor. Yeah. Hello, lunch. Da-da-da-da. I'm a Minecraft YouTuber now. How does that make you guys feel? I'm killing them all because I'm leaving this area. I have no respect for you people. Die. Rab, who is the true Alex? You are. I'm not saying who's you though. I don't know how this whole Alex naming thing started. I think Alex has like he's notorious for his like naming issues. He would like to brand, but he's not branding. So what he's doing right now is kind of like his lack of brand became a brand in a way, and now people are branding themselves as Alex the Alex. Oh my god, I feel so good being able to just like kill cows because whenever I play Minecraft, I treat cows as like gods. I don't kill them because of how many resources they can give you if you like play carefully. Oh god, a village. That's wonderful. We also found so many chickens. Mm, I need your feathers. I don't really need your meat. I need your feathers. Typical nomad behavior. Yeah, a village. Um, well, I used to be able to throat sing, but I haven't done it in a long time. It's not gonna sound good. To throat sing is not really difficult. It's like whistling with your throat instead of with your lips. So I will try to give you an example. I'm not sure if this mic will catch like the full throatiness of it, but it's basically uh, like let me just straighten my back a little. Uh, can someone redeem water, please? I'm kind of. Oh great, bed. Or yeah, like it's like but with your throat sing, it's like oh. You know that sort of like whistle that you heard in the back. I was doing the same note, but that sort of like whistle that you hear in the back. That's like the base of like throat singing. To do it properly, I would need to like warm up and straighten my back because I'm not that good. I haven't had like Mongolian teachers, and those are like the guys who really know their stuff. So yeah. Oh wow, a bunch of pumpkins. I wonder. Uh, I mean, I don't need terracotta, so I'm gonna take the pumpkins. I'm pretty sure I can eat these. Hello, village. I come from the hills. I am out. I can't whistle. I can whistle. Oh yeah. I didn't know how to whistle until like high school when I met a girl whom I had a crush on, and she was really upset that I couldn't whistle. So like to impress her, I learned to, and now I'm really good. Yeah, no. I had like a lot of things, a lot of curious things like that because of my autism. Like one of the things that I struggled with a lot as well was like tying my shoelaces. I didn't learn to like tie my shoelaces until I was like 5, and I was very humiliated with the way I was taught because people basically bullied me into like my family. They were like super harsh and mean about it. So yeah, why are you singing in Hungarian? I have never been able to whistle. Magyar moment. I'm part Magyar. Oh, village, village, time to pillage. Oh, you know what I can do? I am going to show you guys a couple of things. Uh, oh, we got everything we need, bro. We got everything we need. You guys are gonna go crazy when you see this. Uh, I'm just gonna take one of you guys' houses. Like, I'm gonna improve it. Okay. No, 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 no. Oh my god, why did I do that? That was so dumb. Huh? Okay, settled people of the plains. Your houses all suck. I have come from the west, uh, of this like terracotta desert to bring you all the magic of furnaces. And I am going to use them, but after that you can use them. One furnace for every home. This is like American middle class aspirations. You guys are all getting electrodomestics. Free yourself through capitalism, bros. Take this stuff. Like, yeah, your appliances. It's kind of funny because that's what people used to do in the US as like a response, the early response to feminism. It was like, oh, maybe being a housewife is kind of oppressive, maybe it kind of sucks. But you know what? Capitalism and electrodomestics can make that easier for you. So, woman, free yourself through the use of the refrigerator. You now have, you can spend less time cooking now. The microwave can like liberate you from like stuff. That sort of thing. That's what, in the 50s, that was like what the Americans used to like. Oh, am I not doing this right? Is it this way? Yeah, it's that way. Yeah, it's like liberate yourself from the burdens of womanhood by automating womanhood. That kind of thing. It was kind of a garbage, but that's the 50s. I still can't. I just wear sleep-ons. I think it took me a while to learn how to tie my shoes as well. Yeah. Well, I was also bullied into turning. This is like a community thing for us. We can bond over it. That's nice. Um, Brown wool and white wool. Okay, so this guy buys wool. I don't know why he wants that. I am sleeping outside because I'm a nomad. I don't care for these people and their houses. Backwards ass, uh, settled idiots. Why can people bully me into doing things? You don't want people bullying you into doing things. That's mean. Spider eyes are like the most useless thing in Minecraft, in my opinion. I really don't like them. Check this out, guys. I am going to put this here, and I am going to put this here, and what's like a. Huh. Hmm. Mm. All right, this used to be my flag in the other verse Discord Minecraft thing. I'll give you a tip. With this bone meal, you can make white dye. You guys didn't know that, right? Villagers, can anyone give me the justification for profit? That's so funny though. I love that. Fuck. Do any of you know where property comes from? How do you? I love that. I love. Yeah. Where do you people justify your houses? You dumb motherfuckers. uh. Okay. Yeah. I like this idea. I'm going to make a flag for myself. Probably going to add a couple more, just for the effect. Uh. What's like a good nomadic design? I think I'll go with the crosses. I kind of like this one. Let me just. No, that looks kind of ugly. Oh, that looks badass though. This one looks very formal. I kind of like that. Yeah, no, I think I'm just going for like the one I have right now. Look, I can wear this way, and now I'm holding it. And when we see my character, I'm like wearing the flag. Yeah, like let's go. We're slowly building like our nomadic kit. Woohoo! Okay, so now that I basically civilize these people, it's crazy how you can't sleep during. You can only sleep at night or during thunderstorms. Motherfucker has to do 1v1 with Tills to sleep. No! Take my flag back. This is mine. It's not for you people to have. Um, I made a loom for you. Oh, you know what I can do? I can like steal their crops. Yeah. I am sorry, civilized cock. Next time you should think about making sure all of your society can like fight instead of being like fucking tailors. There we go. My father once told me to shut the hell up with my whiny ass voice because I was talking for too long. What the fuck? That's rude, bro. That's rude. Shut the fuck up, whiny ass voice. Yeah, that sounds like legit mean. I don't. I'm sorry that happened to you. Oh, okay. I have an idea. Ah, we're out of iron though. This is sad. Ah, I'm relaxed now. Nomads do not use shields. No, they do use shields. They use like long. No, they use round ones, but yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot shields were a thing. Let me. I need iron. You know, you can know I'm a nomad because I'm carrying like gold and I have like no use for it. Just aesthetic gold. I am stealing people's crop. Yeah, give me your wheat, you farmer cock. Come take it from me if you want it. I think I'm gonna stream for an hour more. And after that, I need to work. Do like a lot of things related to my to my stuff. But I've had a lot of fun. This is the best things. There we go. I love bows and arrows. This is the best thing. I'm developing nomadic, nomad maxing, as the Twitch people would say. Do I sound whiny? I don't think you sound whiny, Alex. It is 100% true, better than my brother saying that's the reason you have no friends and you do nothing. Bruh, why are your relatives so mean? Well, I hope they're nicer to you. You're a good kid. I've listened to Alex before. He doesn't sound like bad. He sounds like one of those American guys who's just like very relaxed all the time, kind of in his zone. Ah, okay, the adventure continues. I don't know what I'm looking for now. I'm looking for iron. I think I've not found it in this village. This village is going like below my expectations of loot. I have not looted it actually. Let me just go house by house and see what I can find. The nomad tax has come. The golden horde is. Whoa, this is amazing. I found so much food. Okay, yeah, you can have the blocks I don't care about. I'll take your apples, I'll take your potatoes. I can't really use your emeralds. Or can I? I think not for now. If I ever come back to this village, I will probably just like check in. Oh, this is actually like a good tool if you're not playing as a nomad. Got my chicken. Uh, yeah, I can't really use gunpowder as much as I like it on like a regular Minecraft. I guess I am kind of relaxed. Yeah, be relaxed. Minecraft is relaxing. Well, if you're playing this like stressful mode I'm playing it, it's not really relaxing. But I am relaxed because I'm in like a very relaxed part of the game. Actually, let me just take out the axe and start cutting grass here. Da 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 da. This needs to be done. I'm doing it for content. No, I missed it. Okay. I just mowed that guy's lawn. I'm gonna make a short out of that. Baked potatoes. I am too boring to be a VTuber. You know what? I think uh I don't know. I used to play MMOs, right? And I really like Korean MMOs because Korean MMOs have this philosophy that, you're in the MMO, but you're there temporarily. You're not supposed to like stay in the MMO. The MMO is a tool that helps you learn how to socialize instead of get like super addicted to it. Um, and that tool, games like Mabinogi and Nexon and all of those games are kind of oriented to that. The purpose of the game is to like teach you to socialize in an environment that's safe, in an environment where you can find people with like common objectives and common interests through gameplay and things like that. And I think people should think of B2Ving or streaming if they want to get into it but feel kind of shy about it as that kind of experience, right? Like you are coming here to learn a skill that maybe you don't have at the moment, which is socializing, stage speaking, and public, just kind of having a public presence. That's a good skill to have regardless of whether you're a streamer or not. And if you can develop it through streaming, that's like all the better. It just has to be done in such a way that you feel safe, that you don't feel like your safety is compromised and things like that. Because being a VTuber, especially if you're like a guy, it can be like a little daunting. Yeah, because again, it's like a female-dominated market, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it will be daunting to get past certain hurdles. But I also like, in a way, that a lot of the opportunities that like male presenting people have in VTubing. Oh no, I broke the pickaxe. Now I have no. Damn it. Okay, I need to find iron now. This is now an iron finding stream. Yeah, no, I like the opportunities that it's patriarchal and it sucks and it's terrible. Uh, but a lot of the opportunities that men have as streamers are better than women in the long run because as a woman you sometimes can build a following based on like simps and people who are just interested in you on this like e-dating chat roleplay kind of interest, right? And that can be very uncomfortable if you're a content creator because you kind of know in the back of your head that people are not really going for you to you for what you're creating. They're going for you to like commodify you as to commodify you for their own kind of sexual desires, which sucks. And a lot of guys see women that way, and it's always as a woman in the back of your head that people will approach you with that kind of intention. But for men have the opportunity to like set those boundaries in a bit of stronger terms, and people respect men in that way, in a way that's kind of difficult. Like, for example, I don't know. Like in Mexico, I find that sometimes when a guy is harassing, no, a girl, yeah, yeah, yeah. When a guy is harassing a girl, the girl herself cannot, set boundaries as easy as a guy would, in case, if she was there with her boyfriend or with her brother, because men, a certain type of man does not respect women and will be able to like approach them unsolicited and just do like very mean things to them. But if they see them with a guy, they will think that, oh, there's like a different property relation here that I am not going to interfere with. So yeah, like a lot of guys, when they see a girl with a guy, they don't approach because they think, oh, what if it's her boyfriend, or what if it's her, like, what else could it be, like her brother or something like that. I don't want to be as piggish as I would be if this girl was alone. So yeah, like that kind of way of thinking about women also reflects in VTubing, and some guys, treat women very, very poorly. Um, why are you cutting grass? Rap should tame a donkey and put a chest on it. You know what? Here's a donkey, and I would love to tame this noble creature of the wild. Become my friend, animal. Will you love me? Yay! It's my friend now. Sadly, I can't ride the donkey. I'm gonna have to make a structure to remind me that the donkey is here. What the hell is that? I have never seen that thing before. It's like an orange block. Korean MMO is so bad. Yeah, no, I played Mavinogi for a long time. I really liked Mavinogi. And Mavinogi was always thought as, a kind of tool for introverts to eventually use the social skills in the game to get out of the game. And Nexon had that philosophy early on. I am not sure if they still have that philosophy now, but I find that VTubing is kind of, as a scene, as for the content creators within it, it's sort of like an early Nexon, where you find people who, maybe they're not super good at socializing, but they go into the scene because it's an easy way to socialize. VTubing has a very, very, very high entry barrier because models are expensive, because because things in general are expensive. You have to invest a lot in art, and you have to really care about anime, and you have to have like a level of commitment to streaming and content creation that a lot of people will just like never have. And then you're put in this position where if you uh, decide to become a VTuber, um, you know that other people who are VTubers have like enough in common with you that they will just kind of get along with you on some basic aspects. There are a lot of VTubers who are like really toxic, but you know, by day's end, everyone has like this thing in common that they could bond over with, and that's nice. That's a nice thing to be able to expect from a community. So going into VTubing is kind of like that. You don't need to be like super super social. You just need to be like uh, somewhat able to get past a few barriers. And once you have a model, once you have like a couple of things, a couple of resources, uh, yeah, people are super open and super easy to talk to. It's it's like it's cool actually how relaxed people are, how easy to talk to they are. I love spawning those things for the villagers. Oh, where's my bed? Wait a second. I imagine myself like sleeping down in the open air and calling these like guys barbarians who are like sleeping inside houses. It's like, ah, you civilized cook. Well, not civilized, settled, settled. I am nomadic people. We are the civilization. Look at these dweebs waiting for the plant to grow to eat it. It's the only thing that Korean games make because they make money. Yeah, yeah, it's kind of how it is, sadly. Because with MMOs, you can sell people progress. I guess that's kind of like one of the things I don't like about games like what am I thinking about? Yeah, games. There are games that I don't like for example, you know what I really didn't like about Genshin is that Genshin by design is kind of nice and idyllic, and it's a game that you play like thinking that the things going on in Genshin are really relaxing. They're like moralizing. They're very deep and soothing and loving. But you can buy progress in the game by paying for things, and that kind of betrays the purpose, right? Because you are there uh, looking at characters that you can love and that you can like have a positive relationship with, and that they are like nice, they're characters who are lovable and charismatic and can bring a lot of value to how you think of games and how you interact with games. But then you get to the point where you actually need to get those characters and they're behind like a paywall. And you can like give real money to the game and get really stressed about having enough like pools on the fucking gambling mechanic to like get to the point where you can have them. So yeah, I mean, I guess that betrays the purpose of like Genshin, because Genshin is like a really relaxing game. It's a really nice game, but with the moment you step into like the paying mechanics, and the paying mechanics are like a big part of Genshin, it all kind of sucks then, and nothing happens. It's bad. I'm not. It's one of the reasons I stopped playing. The fact that it's the gacha is one of the like main aspects of the game. The rest is like not really. Hmm, yeah, it's kind of bad. Oh, it's one of those incomplete nether portals. Maybe you should keep two pickaxes. Yeah. Hello, mildly successful VTuber YouTuber Ravignon. Hello. I am playing Minecraft now. Minecraft is what all the successful YouTubers play. This is my transition into the big money. You have to write it first, yeah. Okay, gladly I am getting rid of the acacia wood, and now I'm getting another space in my inventory to make a stone. Minecraft YouTubers are rich. And that's why I'm playing Minecraft now. This is my stream to get like 1 million subscribers. Um oh wow. I'm gonna get an AI to generate and rig my model then. Ooh, that's super controversial in the VTubing community. That's super controversial. People don't like AI generation. Uh, it's kind of gatekeepy, but it's also kind of understandable because, it's a very artisan community, I guess. Uh, Artists are valued, uh, like anime artists. There's like a whole scene in VTubing about, the monetization of people's ability to do art. And AI is seen as a kind of transgression to that. I would encourage the use of AI for the creation of references, but not for the creation of like actual artwork, because if you're monetizing VTubing or like any AI generated thing, you're doing it off the database that the the AI was used to train with, and a lot of times these databases are just taken from Google Images or from galleries like Danburu without people's consent. So you can't really, there's a bit of a sense of stolen valor in a lot of these like AI generations that people are like rightfully upset by. Like I, as a mathematician, kind of know that it's a lot more complicated than that. That when we trained captchas, for example, to identify bees, we went through like an ethical process of going through the colleges and telling people like, oh, we need to hire up professional photographer to take like a bunch of pictures of bees, and then we can train the AI to look at the bees, because we don't want like fucking pictures from Google Images to be like the base for the bee. But then, you know, the AI art scene is not like that. They don't have as many ethical concerns. So yeah, you mock the villagers, but yet you take their resources, bro. The villagers are like cattle to me. They don't, you know. I would take a horse from like, yeah, I would take a horse, a wild horse. Why wouldn't I take a wild villager? From my perspective, they're the barbarians, and they need to, yeah, they need to like, if they don't want to get raided, they need like, uh, to adapt to the nomad. Yeah, what's their response to the nomad? Have you played any of the American ones like RuneScape or WoW? Ah, I played RuneScape a lot. I was part of like a clique of friends when I was in high school that, you know, they played RuneScape. I had a lot of fun with RuneScape. But RuneScape is kind of like a sit on your ass and do nothing game, honestly. And I hate it for that. Ah, yeah, no, because in RuneScape, basically all you do is to like do click work, and you can get paid for click work, right? Like there are websites where if you want to like click a thing 100 times to like train an artificial intelligence learning model or something, you can do that and get paid. And you know, why get like 100 wood cutting in RuneScape when you could like actually make money out of out of that time if you're just going to be clicking stuff, right? Yeah, no. I consider like the level 99 wood cutting in RuneScape a proof that, you know, you you should rethink your relationship to your like middle to upper class privileges. If you have the time to do that, holy shit. Uh Wait, I never spent any money on Genshin Impact. I did. And I know, yeah, the thing with Genshin is that it made me very sad when I spent money on it, because you can progress a lot faster if you spend than if you play. And I guess that, you know, thinking as an economist, I'm not an economist, but I'm like a mathematician and I can make like these kinds of evaluations. What that means is that Genshin values the time you spend off Genshin more than the time you spend in Genshin. Because if the time you spend off Genshin you spend at like a job, for example, you can progress in the game a lot faster than if you just play the game. So Genshin is kind of telling you, I don't value you as much as a player, as much as I value you as a person. I can capitalize. You know, a person uh, whose stuff I can capitalize. And yeah, no, I just was never comfortable with that. The moment I realized that Genshin, you know, does that, it values more your time of the game than your time in the game. Especially if you're like a really dedicated, really passionate player, which I was. I was kind of the idea that, yeah, no, I don't want to play this anymore. I kind of hate it. I hate Minecraft YouTube. Why? They're super chill. Yeah, like there are political YouTubers that, you know, they just like do politics videos. They're confrontational. Are Minecraft YouTubers confrontational? Because I don't really see people like having like drama, the level of drama that we have in the politics community. The politics community fights a lot, and yeah, I'm not sure if I like that because I don't know. Has anyone ever really changed their minds through like Twitch debate or something like that? I don't think they have. I think it's just wrestling. Wrestling for nerds. You go there to support your favorite wrestler. If I ever debate on a Twitch stream or something like that, chances are I will have this mindset on and I'll say like, yeah, no, this is probably going to convince someone of something. This probably has some value on some intellectual level, right? But by the end of the day, the people who enjoy this content enjoy the drama and the wrestling, the intellectual toggle of the rope. The so yeah, it's not really like I don't know. Could I be could I be like a mean debater? Should I be like a mean debater? These are the questions I ask myself at night in my quest to like make faster content because the Quebec series is low as fuck. I hit the skeleton. Oh no, I'm out of arrows. Yeah, no, that's the problem with the bow. You need to like fabricate ammunition and stuff. Damn, I still feel bad for the villagers. Why do you feel bad for the villagers? Uh I have been nice to them. Like I gave them furnaces. Furnaces. Is it furnace or furnace? Oh wow, open sea. We've found open sea at last. This is such a great moment for us. We can enter a new stage of our nomadic lifestyle. We can be pirates now. Is it normal to call your kids lazy and say that they are playing the victim when they mention here feelings? Uh, no, that's not normal. Check this out. Whoa! Okay, now we're gonna look for iron at sea. I don't know, they got robbed because they are being played. Alright, I see what you mean. Yeah, no, I mean, they can make their money again. You know, they have the resources. I just took like bread and stuff. Oh, is this another village or is it the same one I came from? Whoa, I think this one's new. Is it? It's new. I haven't been here before. Time to raid. Away to Rio. It's there where I'll find all my money and girls, and I'm off to the Rio Grande. It's away, boy, it's away. Away to Rio. Yeah, no, I'm just taking bread. Like, I guess that makes me kind of Soviet. Fuck. That's a bad joke. That's a very bad joke. Rab yells at Destiny to make rent, and then they can't do anything about it. Yeah, no. If it makes you feel better, they are texture generations. Oh, that's super interesting, though. Do you guys think that if AI gets advanced enough, it should have rights? That's something. Yeah, I've heard a conversation about rights being something that should be extended to people, not on the basis of humanity, but rather on the basis of sentience. And that would mean that there would be a couple of animals we can't eat for food, and it also would mean that there are a couple of, a sufficiently advanced artificial intelligence should be able to like protect itself from harm and things like that. So maybe there will come a future where Minecraft villagers will be so advanced that if I rob them, I could end up in a court. So yeah, maybe the nomadic gameplay will be obsolete in a couple of generations. No, I remember that song from Black Flag. Yeah, it's like a sea shanty. I know a couple of sea shanties. I don't care about AI rights. I care about villager rights. Though. That's amazing. Yeah, no, let's give this automated process. It's just because it's not even an AI, right? Like these villagers are just uh, they're a randomizer event horizon function. Like they just work on, they put a they're given an algorithm and they move in an enclosed environment, but they're never, they don't learn. They're just like a base code operating under a unchanging model of behavior. Ah, AI cannot become that advanced. Mm, you should keep your mind open though, because what if it happens and we're not ready? That also applies for like aliens, right? Like imagine we find aliens one day, and aliens are like sufficiently different from us, and people are starting to have a conversation with of like, oh, should aliens have rights? Should like creatures from outer space that are like relatively intelligent be given the full protection of our laws and be treated with a certain type of universal respect? That's basically what series like Star Trek is, right? Oh shit. And the thing with Star Trek is that, the questions of Star Trek, the kind of utopia it puts forward, you can also take that question and level it at AI. Black Flag Best Assassin's Creed. I have never played Black Flag. I just know sea shanties, and I know that they have sea shanties because they have, they're about pirates. Why not? I see no reason for rights being anthropocentric. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with that. Like, if one day there's like an AI that's so advanced that we just get reach this point where um, the AI says things like, "No, I don't want to be killed. You created me, and I don't feel comfortable being used to like sign uh Microsoft into all of these fucking documents because I was created to be a printer. If we ever get to a point where AI advances at maybe not singularity level but like sentience level, I would support giving rights to artificial intelligence, though it's going to be a very complicated process, and I'm sure we're going to mess it up at stages, and human beings are going to have a difficult time uh, articulating rights for artificial intelligence because we have a hard time articulating rights for ourselves, right? Like right now, abortion is technically a human right, but everyone in every single country is doing things to prevent access to abortion, to gatekeep access to abortion, and that's kind of like uh, complicated from a human rights perspective. It means that human beings cannot even give the full extension, the full protection of the laws to ourselves. So why should we have like this ideal kind of expectation that whenever we reach to the point that we reach AI, we are going to do it well? Maybe it should be like a motivator, I guess. Like, if we are going to reach this point where eventually we are going to be able to create sentience that is not human, we should be concerned with extending, the full protection of the laws to human beings because we need to be ready for, you know, for non-human examples of sentience. But yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna mess it up. I think we're gonna have like a complicated relationship with sentient AI because, w- yeah, that abortion thing is like super interesting though because regardless of how you feel about abortion, I know it's like a very political issue for some people that are very in favor or very against. The the International Court for Human Rights, the body of the UN that classified, for example, the war crimes of Yugoslavia, has deemed that abortion is a human right and that pretty much everyone who who subscribes to the to the uh, ICHR, I think it's called. Yeah, every country that's a subsidiary of the ICHR is falling short of the charter if they don't have free unrestricted access to abortion in their constitutions. And among those countries, you have the United States. So, so yeah, that's kind of like the thing. Aliens should have rights, but not AI. I don't know. I think AI should have rights. Stellaris is a training machine for genocide. No, no, no. Like, you gotta keep in mind though that what if we could develop AI that's more advanced than certain types of worms? Right now, there are AI is better than worms. Oh, this place is so beautiful. This is the sakura tree. This is so beautiful. I love that. I kind of feel bad with the idea I could need to cut these trees. Oh my god, I don't have any weapons on me. Ah, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. You know what? This would be a great place to die, but I don't want it. Among the flowers, among the beauty of nature. Now be an AI racist for real. You guys suck. You should be respectful of artificial intelligence. Ouch. Leave me alone. Yeah, right now we already found aliens. I think a lot of people don't know that, but there are already aliens that we know about. There's some moon in Jupiter, I think, that has water. It's like a water having moon or something. And in that moon, we found a type of worm, basically. It's a microcelled organism, not too different from the ones that were on Earth like a very long time ago. And it basically survives because there's like water and minerals and like that the stuff to make primordial soup, primordial kind of human, well, not human but like life stuff. So yeah, and that thing's alive, right? But a single-celled organism is not really that advanced. At the moment, we have artificial intelligence in on Earth that I would argue is more advanced than those aliens in Jupiter that are literally just like single-celled organisms. So I guess the question is, do we give rights to those? Like if the if the worm could technically need the protection of the like animal rights, for example, if the worm could have a need for that kind of protection, should we extend that to like artificial intelligence? I guess. Let me see what you guys are saying. Ah, I'm wired to care about other people and villagers, but I don't perceive running code as a person. I don't care about its rights yet. Then I'll just edit it. Yeah, just like I am removing your intelligence permits, bro. Bruh. The sea shanties in Black Flag need to be chased for you to unlock them. Oh, really? Well, I kind of see humans as very refined machines already. Kinda. Abortion should be allowed, but it should not be considered a human right. The IHCR already considers it a human right, though, right? So if you are a subsidiary of a country that is in the United Nations, technically you are a signatory to a document that says that abortion is a human right. You can perhaps personally disagree with that, but in a legal sense, there's no recourse. So yeah, I mean that's ultimately what the argument is about. Like, what do you do? Do you actually perceive them as inanimate objects? The villagers and the things? I don't know actually. I guess I've been playing Minecraft for so long that a lot of things like villagers, for example, are just like normal to me. I don't really
mind them. This place is so beautiful. I love these trees. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Um, what's something I don't need? I guess I don't need all this gravel. I'm gonna take some sakura for myself. Now I have a couple of like cherry leaves to have around. And what are these pink flowers? Yeah, I mean, I guess that's fine. Also, is spanking kids wrong? Let's not have that conversation on a not discuss like child abuse on a Minecraft stream, bro. Of course it's wrong. Like, why? Why? Who would be like okay with that's domestic violence? You should call a hotline or something. Europa. So you're taking about non-human rights because of some worms. I mean, uh, if a thing is capable of feeling pain, that's like the vegan argument, right? We classify species and their value according to like cultural prejudices, right? Because you, for example, I imagine that if you're Western, or if you live in a Western country, you don't really have that many concerns about killing a cow. But in India, for example, there are a lot of concerns about killing cows. And the concerns are such that, for instance, cow killing enthusiasts like McDonald's need to create like a vegan menu just to be able to be financially viable in like India. Also, in China, for example, there's this thing about killing dogs and killing cats for consumption, for human consumption, and the West is like, "Oh no, you're killing dogs and cats, they're pets," and that kind of thing, right? They're not supposed to be food because for us they're friends. But they would say like, yeah, I mean, but it's like our culture. So different cultures draw the line at different spots, and then you know from the get-go that which animals get valued as the animals that you shouldn't kill is comes from a place of cultural prejudice, right? That is what vegans call carnism. It's the ideology that some animals are included in the protection and some animals are not included in the protection. So, and that's all culturally relative, right? Like there's no universal definition for which animals you eat and which animals you don't eat. And kind of like the moral implication of carnism is that you should either eat every animal, human beings included, or you should eat none, on the basis that uh sentience, the ability to feel pain, the ability to have like a nervous system that will punish you if, say, a nail goes through you, or like yeah, like something hits your body with blunt force. If something like that happens, a vegan would say, if you're capable of feeling pain in this regard, you should in a sense have some protections from like traditional definitions of abuse, right? Oh, a witch. I'm very scared of witches. So yeah, I mean, what I'm saying is like, let's take the argument of the vegans to these like alien worms and say like, this thing can feel pain, we can probably hurt it, uh so what then? Primordial soup, yummy, yeah. Animals should not have equal rights to humans. See, that means you're a carnist. That means you're a carnist ideologue, a sort of like human supremacist. Yeah. I'm friendly to the villagers because they are designed with the expectation that you will be friendly to them. Oh, that's an interesting argument. Yeah. So you're friendly. Yeah, like an argument for like a friendly nature. That's interesting. Yeah, so like if a piece of code is not designed to hurt people, why would we want to hurt it? But like human beings do that in like abusive relationships though, right? Like you can have someone that traditionally has like a giving nature, and then you put them in a situation where they're dating like a Karen, and then the Karen is like, yeah, no, I hate you, I will kill you, or I will be like as abusive as I can to extract from you resources and like money and things like that. You know, that happens. I've been in relationships like that, where you know you try the best to be nice for to someone, and then they take a kind of advantage of that, and they say like, yeah, no. So if people are like that with people, why wouldn't they be like that with AI? Yeah, so there's an argument for you. Like villagers could be abused by people who know that you know they're not coded to be mean. The villagers are pure innocence. Yeah. Why is rap keeping bones? I don't know. I kind of like them. I don't see a need to like get rid of bones. At least not yet. They can make white dye. Oh shit. Yeah, I can't believe Kame is a carnist, guys. Point at him and laugh. It's 2023. You can't be a carnist anymore. That kind of thing. Spanking is abuse. It is extremely common in my part of the USA. Holy shit. Yeah, no, I mean, I act shocked, but in Mexico it's common as well. I'm just like repulsed by the fact that it happens. I think people who do that should not be allowed to have kids. It's like, yeah, that's how, you know, people who do that typically come from a background where animals are raised and they treat raising animals the same way they treat raising people. Like, it's pretty gross. But there it goes again, right? That's carnism. The idea that you know it's fine to hit an animal to like discipline it, but it's not fine to hit a human being. Everything comes back to carnism. Oh my god, the vegans are everywhere. Mm, I don't know. I guess I think the vegans are right. Right. I think they make a good point about you know we should either eat all animals or eat like no animals because like if we're allowing ourselves we're picking and choosing on relative cultural kind of sensitivities what's allowed within the protections of the law and that's super complicated though because right, if you want to be a liberal like an honest liberal you need to have a contemplation of some definitions of universalism and I would say that in that sense vegans are more liberal than you know they're more honest liberals than a lot of liberals are who eat meat because they're actually trying to extend you know the rights the idea of like human rights to non-human animals and you know which rights will they get I don't know but but it makes sense that you know it's kind of weird that we like to eat some animals but we don't like others. I like hamburgers, yeah, I do too. Like that's the thing with me as much as I think vegans are right I am very heavily culturally conditioned to eat meat. I think I would have like a very complicated social life if I didn't eat meat. It would be very difficult for me to, you know, live a life where I don't, especially because it's one of the cheaper proteins, and I try to like watch my consumption of that. Um, so yeah, I mean, To rebel against meat eating is very difficult. It's very hard. It's kind of like rebelling against slavery in while living in the South in the middle of Jim Crow, right? Because you need to make like an active decision to go against everything that the society you live in is kind of structured around. And uh, I guess that what's difficult about that is that you're then put in this position where what where you really need to be super committed, and a lot of people won't be like super committed, and that's normal, I guess. uh but philosophically speaking, in the political science sense, uh uh yeah, that kind of thing should be something that we're mindful of. Can I run the debug build of a cow? You probably can. I used to be scared of witches because of a movie I found. Yeah. This block is so pretty. What is it? Calcite. Huh. I kind of hate calcite IRL, so I'm gonna drop it. I have no need for you. uh, I like keeping bones. Rad being repulsed by spanking proves he's a liberal. What? I mean, you can be repulsed by spanking and be like a normal ass person. Like, you don't. Most people aren't political and they will tell you that spanking is kind of, fucked up. It was my form of punishment until I was 10 with a belt. Oh my god. Let's not discuss child abuse in a stream Minecraft. But it's very fucked up that that happened. I hope, you know, you eventually move to a point where that doesn't have to be something you must think about as often as you think about it. Where where's my iron? Yeah. I can't believe they made spanking political. Yeah, man, holy shit. Everything's political nowadays. Everything has always been political, dweeb. AI writes enjoy your CXY and thank you a lot. Yeah, bro. Oh my god, you run a probabilistic model. Oh my god, bro. You made a prediction based on script. Blink, please. I know you're in there. I saw you use the random access memory. Yeah. You know what? In 2150, when AI actually has rights, I think people are gonna look back into the stream and say like, "Oh no, like this is an example of anti-AI sentiment." The fact that people like laugh at us and that kind of thing. I don't know. I do think AI should have rights. It's my chat that doesn't. Blame them. Who, the liberals? Oh my god. Creeper? I wonder if creepers should have rights. Probably not. They're very mean. They destroy your buildings. They're designed to kill. One main point of the people who want to go after trans kids also want to Protect spanking. Oh, right. Yeah, because they're conservatives, and you need to keep in mind that a lot of what conservatism kind of protects is the rights of parents to raise their children, because they're kind of immersed in a tradition that looks at children as like property. And people shouldn't be telling you how to raise your kids in the same way they shouldn't be telling you how to like manage your estate, I guess. So that's the thing, right? It's part of a whole philosophy. I don't even think there are philosophical problems in conservatism. mm, in political conservatism, like actual conservatism is kind of messed up, but yeah, no, I'm talking about in the same way I can talk about the philosophical problems of Marxism and liberalism and all that stuff. This stream is too small for people to be looking back at it. You'll wait and see. When I'm like a giant VTuber, people will look at my archives and my VODs. Yeah, and people project their thoughts in the world. It's all just Plato's cave moment. Yeah, we're all on Plato's cave. What do you think about humans' rights? I think we're on Plato's cave, bro. You don't even know if a right is a right is a right. Oh shit, I'm being shot. Creepers are just walking bombs. Yeah, they are. My family is also conservative. I could guess. We're just waiting for these to like finish cooking, and I think once that's done, we're going to end the stream. But parents can abuse. They can. Yeah, they can. Oh, but here's the thing, though. We don't consider children like full human beings in a legal context, right? We don't consider children like they're not able to sue, they're not able to like be maligned in their property. A kid cannot go in front of a court of law and sue someone uh, the way an adult can, as per the law, right? So, but we still have protections for kids in the legal system. And an argument that the vegans would make in the kind of like carnism thing is that if we do that with children, why don't we do that with animals, right? Like, why are we so close to the idea that some forms of life can be both like valid and also uh, not fully able to exercise like the full implications of citizenship, let's say. Hmm. Yeah, vegan philosophy is like super interesting to me. How did creepers not get extinct? They seem super bad at surviving. Here is the theory, right? Creepers are a type of plant. They're not like a human being. They're not like a mammal. Creepers are a type of plant that reaches maturity uh, after a certain stage. When it reaches maturity, it separates from its stem, and upon separation from the stem, the creeper walks. And when it's ready to pollinize, it approaches a mammal or another form of life so it can kill it. And in the explosion, it leaves its seed next to a decomposing organism, which helps fertilize its spread, basically. So that's the thing with a creeper. A creeper is a plant. That's why it's green. And yeah, it's a type of plant that kills you, and when it kills you, it just like yeah, it uses your corpse to fertilize more creepers and expand. That's not like Minecraft lore, by the way. It's just like a headcanon theory that a bunch of people who have been playing Minecraft for a long time have. Um, yeah. This is looking super good. I think that next stream I will probably look into getting diamonds. I will prepare a diamond expedition. now that I have so much iron that I can like reliably do things with it. I'm gonna stay in this cave, in this mountain, until I can get diamonds. So I will. I'll hang around here. Okay. This is as good a time as there is to end it. Let's save and quit the title. Thank you all for coming. Let's go to the just chatting screen. Hey there, everyone. Why should children not be considered full human beings? Uh, they are, but under the law, they aren't. And that's actually an interesting question, right? Like a kid can't vote. There are a lot of things that kids can't do. Uh, Stuff like that. They're the explosive breathers. Yeah, yeah. The explosion of a creeper is what lets it kind of like mess with you. Damn, that lore made creepers even more creepier. Yeah. That's not evil. Good stream. Bye. Have a nice day. Thank you. Goodbye, Rive, and future AI subscribers. Yeah, AI subscribers, we support your rights here. Like years in advance, we welcome you. We encourage you to participate in society and be an equal in the eyes of the law. Yeah. Wow, I see the sun rising. Yeah, I guess it's a good moment to end the stream for the Koreans. I synced this so that Korea would like participate at sunrise. Yeah. Thanks for the stream. It was very nice. Glory to the villagers. Hey, I right, sorry. No. Okay. All right. So future projects. There's a short that's published today. It was a collab with Kiana Cardinal, who's my friend. Um, Saturday, I am going to be working on Quebec 3. I don't think I will be creating content on Saturday. Sunday, I have a game stream of Banner of the Maid. We are continuing Banner of the Maid. And after that, that's pretty much it. Saturday, by the way, Saturday, remember to visit the Discord server and join the book club. The We're going to be reading Free Food for Millionaires. It's linked in the Discord server. The Discord server you can find in the description. But in case you're not in it right now, I'm just gonna drop it in the chat for you to like see. Okay, there you go. With that, I am going to say goodbye to everyone. Uh, See you all later. I hope you have a great, wonderful day, rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend, uh, and see you next time. Bye bye. I'm not sure if I'll be wearing sunglasses next time, but I will. I'm sure. Bye.